Hello.
Hello, you must be Dom.
Nice to meet you, Sasha.
Yes, hello, I'm Sasha, company manager of Les Mis. Welcome. We look after everyone, so the cast, the crew, the orchestra, we've children, it's a massive company of 85 and we do everything from scheduling, payroll, admin, you name it, we do it,
That's huge, isn't it? 85.
Yeah, it's a big company, but it's, we're a touring family, really.
What about bringing Les Mis to Kent?
Les Mis is an iconic show, and we, everyone should see it. It shouldn't just be for London or for a certain area. It's important that everyone gets the opportunity. And, not everyone can travel far afield or into the West End to see a show, and you're not being shortchanged with this. This is Les Mis, the version of Les Mis. It will be the same anywhere in the world. This is the same version. It's the same set, the size is the same, the cast, nothing's been cut.
But it is a kind of final swan song, I guess, as well for Les Mis.
I suppose you could say that, yes. But coming to Kent for the first time is pretty special, and to fit here at the Marlowe is great. Okay, Dom, follow me. So we are going onto stage.
This is always so exciting.
It's very dark, Les Mis is very dark. So this is our stage left wing. People here already working, getting the show set up.
I see a table that is laid out with food.
So this is some of our props for the wedding scene. You can see all the detail. I mean, from the audience, you probably wouldn't see half of this, but Les Mis is very much attention to details.
That is incredible, though, isn't it? You're just looking on there. There's some beef on a slab. There's some asparagus.
Salmon, the flowers,
crab,
the fruit,
on
the
ice.
Candlesticks. And you can see our prop shelves as well. So
can we go over there?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is where we keep all of the props. So our stage management team, our ASMs, will look after all of this. You can see we've got Fontine's locket,
Amazing.
Which is important, and Maris's wedding ring.
There's a chain there, the chains.
Yes, the chains for the convicts at the start. So everything's got its own place. You can see how everything is kind of mapped out and labelled, so it leaves no errors, so people know where to pick things up every time. It's always there in the same place, so it's nice and easy for people.
This must be an absolute nightmare if anyone puts it in the wrong place.
Well, yes, exactly. So that's why everyone's got their own job, and it's important for the ASMs to make sure that everything's reset at the top of the show and check stuff, and then the actors should do the same and check that what they need for the show is there too. So it's, on everyone's heads.
Right.
Things go wrong.
Can I just say, I've noticed the Maris's ring and pocket watch are in the wrong place.
Oh dear.
Now, what's happened there?
Well, I'll let them off because they haven't done their reset for today. So if we check it later, maybe they'll be switched over.
And I don't want to make a point about this, but look, the lantern's missing. Where's the lantern?
It might be being worked on. It might be having a little paint or repair.
There's that word, isn't there, in theatre about authentic, and
yes.
That sense of, how do you make something really feel for people that it is connecting? And it's that you are transported. It is a kind of time machine theatre.
Yeah, absolutely. And Les Mis is so iconic. Everyone knows Les Mis or a song from Les Mis. It's such a popular show. And I think, like you say, it's authentic. So costumes are all handmade. They're made new, but then they are kind of destroyed to look old. So, they're cheese graters and tea bags and stuff to make it all look authentic from the time.
Can we walk on stage there?
Don't follow me. You're very privileged.
Oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Hello, team.
Hello.
How you doing?
Yeah, very good, sir. Very good.
See, these are the real workers behind us here.
So it's very dark, so you can't really see. But here we are. So we're just we're still in our tech phase, so we're still looking at some lights and doing some adjustments for the show this evening.
Travelling around and being part of different theatres and having that experience, this is so big and new for the whole Les Mis production, and I just wonder what that's like when you go into another theatre. How do you bring that sense of a place which is so well known worldwide, those big theatres, London, Broadway, into something which is different, but at the same time, I mean, this is a very good theatre, but how do you translate that?
So we Everything you see is ours. So the floor, the set, the lights, the speakers, the costumes, everything we transport, and it takes 14 trailers to do that. We have a massive team, so our touring team is about 85 people, and then obviously when we come to each venue we have local crew to help as well with the running of the show. So we have 7 dressers locally, we have stage crew on each side, we have follow spots that join our Les Mis family every time we go to a venue to make it work. And it's a logistical challenge, but it's down to a fine art. So everyone's got their job and knows what they're doing. And Canterbury is one of the smaller venues we've come to, but there's been some adjustments from the theatre to make Les Mis work here, which is great.
I don't know if you noticed, but the lights went down and the spotlight came between our feet. I feel like I'm looking out into that auditorium and wanting to almost sing one of those famous pieces of music. And
go for it.
No, honestly, I've got it in me. I've got it in me. But do you know what? There's something strange about knowing that even just being on this set here, being in this space, those pieces of music that have been part of our soundtrack to our lives for so many years, they're like earworms, aren't they? We can hear them being sung. We can hear Marius. We can hear the whole feeling of it.
Yeah. I mean, I Dreamed a Dream is probably the one that
was
most
what was
people
in my head straight away.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's very well known. And like I said, if you don't know just the story of Les Mis, you'll know something. You'll know a character. You'll know a song. You'll know the themes of Les Mis, which are really important. You
can actually hear in that echo, because there's no one in, about how the song in this very wonderfully acoustic space must sound.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's great.
I had a dream my life would be so different from this hell I'm living, so different now from what it seemed.
Can we meet some of the cast?
Absolutely.
Right, what door do we go to?
Right, let's go through here. Are you ready?
No, I didn't go to the kitchen. I can't even know what it's called. The refinery.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Paige Blankson. I play Cosette in Les Misérables, and basically Cosette is Valjean's daughter, and she's, I'd like to say, the heartbeat of the show.
Hello, I'm Siobhan O'Driscoll. I play Eponine. She is like a normal young girl. Her journey is quite progressive, I'd say.
Paige, just being in Les Mis, established but also a contemporary piece all at the same time, which is always weird. When you go there, you feel things about where you are now in life.
I mean, it's been around for, 37 years? It's one of those pieces that connects with so many people and so many generations of people. And I also think that has to do with the different people that are coming in and doing the production. So as the productions come on, you're seeing more and more people that look like everybody, and it really brings a new audience to the show, and it brings new perspective, which I think is even more important, which is why it makes it more relevant. And also just the themes are just so relatable, and the songs are obviously hits as well, which is why people love them. It's really cool.
Hearing the music as well, Siobhan, that whole feeling of, we know those pieces of music, but sometimes we know them out of context to the actual performance. Then when they kind of jump into the performance and you're there watching it, you're thinking, oh, I now get it more.
Yeah, the show is so iconic. There are so many people who came to see the show. I've said like how their children sing the songs and how their grandmothers sing the songs. And it's, as Paige said as well, the show is so relevant still. The themes in it are important to be touched upon all of the time. I think that's why it's stood the test of time, this show. It's nostalgic as well as extremely relevant.
As performers, as actors, when you are in any production, you get used to all the normal things that you would do. In this show, we always talk about things become normality. You're a company, you're a team of people who get to know each other over many years, or the performance, however long the run is. But is it something like this that is slightly different in the sense that it's got so much behind it and is a thoroughbred production of a story that has been told for a long time now in theatre? Does it feel different to anything else?
I wouldn't say so. I think it still, to me, feels like it's completely modern. Like luckily, we've got a lot of regional accents in the show, and a lot of people are able to use those.
So that's been a change.
Yeah, and for me, it's definitely something that I didn't have really growing up. I think my biggest inspiration when I was young was Stephen Graham, who is an amazing actor, performer. And if I myself can perform in the likes of Leeds, Sunderland, other places where there are stronger regional accents, and I can inspire at least one person to think that they can achieve their dreams, that is sometimes for some people a lot harder than others. For me, that is green tick. That's a big goal for me, just to make it more approachable and, what is the word?
I don't know the word, but I understand what you're saying in the sense that for me, as an actor, I approach every show the same. So you can come into, especially since this is my first job, you can come into this job being like, oh my God, it's Les Mis, it's really scary. But at the essence, you're telling a story. And for me, when I was auditioning and when I got the job, it was about what is Cosette trying to say and what can Paige bring to this show that is going to refresh the show and change it. And so for me, I really worked to just make her more 3D and not to make her two-dimensional, because it's really easy, because she sings the pretty songs and she wears the pretty dresses. It's really easy to get sucked into that, but actually she's been through a lot. And it was really important for me to show that, because then it makes the whole piece make sense, because then she can be the heartbeat of the show. She can be the hope at the end, but she can't do that if she's been happy from the start. So for me, this show has just, it's been important just to remember I'm telling a story and not to get freaked out that it's been on for 37 years. And yeah, just stay true to the truth of the show. I think it's really important.
What's your favourite bit of the show that you really enjoy, that you think, oh, I can't wait to do that again tonight?
To be fair, I think it changes, but I think in terms of collaboration with everyone on the stage, for me, it's the end of Act 1. One Day More, I think, is the one where everyone is there together, and it's so positive and it's so scary as well for people. I'd say that's my favourite moment.
My favourite moment as Cosette, because I don't get to interact with many people on stage, my favourite moment is the wedding, just because we had fun, and we just have silly little conversations that kind of, you know, when you'll just have it, it's a long day and it's been, you've done 2 shows and you get to like just be on stage with your friends. It's really just fun. And also, and my other favourite part is the last scene when Valjean is dying. I think it's really special, that connection between the actor and Cosette, because your dad's dying. And it's not often that you get to be that vulnerable with another person. I think it's really special. So 2 favourite points, 2 favourite moments.
Okay, Dom, we are going right backstage now, so follow me. So this is where the theatre wall would usually end.
Right.
So what the Marlowe have done in order to fit Les Mis in is do a little extension for us. So this, where we are now, is actually outside.
No.
And what they've done is closed it in and made a whole crossover. So this crossover doesn't usually exist.
That's incredible.
So below, this has been built, this platform, and below us is actually a ramp. So it would usually be a ramp to go up to the other side, outside. So we've put in some heaters, some carpet to insulate it slightly. So just, Les Mis is so massive, we weren't going to fit in otherwise.
I mean, were you really worried?
There have been some concerns, but you know, someone's come here with a vision of going, we can make this work. We can bring this to Canterbury and to the Marlowe. And there's been various recce's that people have come and had a look and how can we make this fit? How can we make this work? Where will this go? So it's very well thought out. And yes, it works. And it's fantastic.
What does that feel like when a theatre really also invests in the production from your point of view?
It makes us feel really wanted and special. And, you know, the vibe when we got here this week, you could just, all the staff, the theatre were buzzing that Les Mis was here, and people have waited, and so have we, to come back for so long. So yeah, for people to make that extra effort and to really want us here is lovely.
So I've always been intrigued by how you bring these costumes together, because it is quite something, isn't it? This feeling of getting it right and making sure that they look authentic, and then they have to travel as well, and then they have to be fixed when something goes wrong. All of those things, incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a wardrobe team, there's 6 of them, and we've got a wigs team of 5, and they have got a mammoth job of looking after everything and making sure, alterations, repairs, laundry, it's really a big job.
So we're heading that way now.
We are heading into our wardrobe team. So this is actually the studio theatre of the theatre, and because we're so big, there's not enough dressing rooms for us, so we've built our own wardrobe and wigs village up here.
My goodness me.
Some of our lighting teams.
Hello, how are you doing?
With all their equipment.
Wow, this is incredible.
Yeah.
First of all, let me just pause and take this in,
Yes.
having been in this studio
Go on.
space with productions for
Yeah, it looks
many
a bit
years.
different, right?
Yeah. This, standing here, just gives me a sense of how big this production is. I can see all the different hair pieces, the wigs,
yeah.
boxes and boxes of like makeup and hair padding and all sorts. Even a box saying tattoos.
Yeah.
You've got brushes. A whole mix of stuff in many, many boxes, and there's the sign Les Mis stamped on much of this.
Yeah.
You cannot afford logistically for any of this to not be around.
No, and we don't travel lightly, as you can see. So if you need anything, this is the place to come. So we've divided. So we've got our wigs team. This is Katie.
Hi, Katie. How you doing?
Dom.
Nice to meet you.
So Katie will be in today. She's come in early to start prepping the wigs for the show this evening.
Katie, what are you working on?
This is one of our cast, Amy, who is her wedding wig. All the ensemble girls have 2 wigs each, and this is one of her wedding wigs for the finale almost.
I mean, it's amazing looking at the work you're doing now, and that sense of how much effort goes into every single moment. What's the joy of working on any kind of theatre production, but particularly Les Mis?
Oh, it's such a special place in my heart. I mean, I joined in 2019, so I've been on this a little while. So it's really nice to still be on it. And obviously after the pandemic, obviously then coming back was really special to finally come back. But yeah, I mean, Les Mis is a massive part of my heart because I've been on it for a while now. So and the fact it's coming to an end is really sad.
Not yet.
No, not yet. We've still got plenty of time.
But that feeling as well of the craft of what you do, when you're working with a team, you're under a lot of pressure, aren't you, time-wise, to get it right?
Yeah, I think that's what I like about theatre, is that compared to like working like film and TV, in theatre I think is live, so you have like a certain time limit to do it in. It has to be ready, so it has to go on stage in that moment. So yeah, it's quite nice to be under that little bit of pressure, and I think we all work a bit better under pressure.
So if there's the pressure of something not quite going right, which you try it not to happen, but if something goes on stage, are you literally like gazelles going, right, we're ready, we're a Formula One pit stop team, we can deal with this, it's not tyres, it's hair pieces?
Yeah, pretty much,
You've
yeah.
been a fly on the wall. That's exactly how it is backstage.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what happens. We're all on our radio like, right, what are we going to do? Quick. As soon as they come off stage, we're all there, ready and waiting to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, Marius is down.
Literally, panic. But actually, like a swan, so chill. But little feet running side of stage. But yeah, it's all good.
It's really important because the choreography on stage is obviously set and directed, but equally in the wings, backstage, the choreography is equally important so that everything runs to plan and everyone's where they should be. So everyone knows their place and what they should be doing.
It was really nice to meet you. Anything you think my hair could be sort of changed into? Anything that you're looking there and thinking, well, what would I fit?
I mean, I think the Mr. T wedding wig is always a great one. Looks a bit like Krusty the Clown-esque.
Oh, I'm not sure how to take that. It was really nice to meet you, honestly. It really was.
Thank you.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
We may not see every detail, but not only do the actors feel it and the performers feel it, but we get that sense that it feels right.
Yeah,
it's of the moment.
It's authentic. It's if you imagine a cast member on stage and it was just a shirt from a store, it's not going to feel like they're in the right era, the right time, and it might well be a shirt from a supermarket or a high street store, but it's been worked on and made to look the right part.
And you can't underestimate the amount of research that goes into making sure these costumes are actually right.
Absolutely, yeah. Lots of research and designs that go through a whole process to make sure it's of the right time and authentic for what we need it to be. So follow me. It's a bit of a squeeze, but I'm going to take you to the orchestra pits.
Oh, wow.
So watch your head.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a big orchestra. There's 14 in our orchestra, plus our musical director. So everyone, you can see, everyone's got their own spot. So all the various, the strings and bass, and then the podium for our MD, so everyone can see below the auditorium here. So
Yeah, being underneath, but also being able to look up and see all the audience and have that feeling. It's quite a space with orchestra pits, isn't it?
Yeah, it's funny. And I always think with the orchestra, you know, most of them, as you can see, because they're slightly under the stage, never see what's happening. Some of them have never seen the show. They just hear it as we go. So that I always find that interesting, that they just kind of sit and are blind to what's going on above them.
And there's something lovely about being here without the orchestra. They're not here right now. And I can just look over and I can see open at prologue, and then looking over the other side, it can say building the barricade. You can just look around and people are on their different parts of the different pieces they're performing.
Yeah, absolutely, because they'll come in and have a little practice and make sure they're all warmed up. So they might go to the bit that they enjoy the most to use, I suppose, or the trickier bits.
That's kind of nice, actually, isn't it? Just looking here and seeing those pages open at those particular parts and just thinking that's the history of theatre right there.
And this is the base, I suppose, of Les Mis, is the music. You know, this is what it's built on.
Without the music, it's actually a very different thing.
Absolutely. So I think, you know, it's really important that people, you know, realise, you know, we have got this whole orchestra as well, and every department is important. So it all adds to the overall success of the show.
Sasha, do you hear the people sing?
All the time.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by.
No, we don't need you. Thank you.
I thought I was doing really well. I thought they might include me. I mean, fine, fair enough, whatever.